touching yourself. Baby, stop. I did it. I finished my 7th book last night at 12:04 a.m. and I'm counting it. I have no idea how many pages I read in 4 minutes between midnight and 12:04, and I don't care. My total count, 1,506 pages and 7 books. So the roundup. I'm exhausted this morning. Yesterday I read almost 500 pages. I was so determined to finish these books and go out with a bang, and next year when I participate, I really have to not have that dip in the middle of the week. So, what do I think about the books that I read? Well, if you've watched any of the other videos, you probably already know, but I will tell you anyway. For the purple cover, I read Preludes and Nocturnes. Was it on my TBR? Absolutely not. But on Sunday, I needed something that I could read fairly quickly while still finishing the last 200 or so pages in my thick book, and a graphic novel fit the bill. And it happens to be purple, so there we go. I'm not as enthusiastic about it as my partner is. Up until the very end where his sister comes in, I was kind of ambivalent. I cared a little bit about the Sandman, but I really didn't care about any of the other characters that were shown. Except for Irving. I love Irving. So will I read on to the next in the series? Probably. But it's a little bit dark, so I'm not going to do it right away. For a book I meant to read in 2018, I went with The Amazons by Adrienne Mayor. This is an incredible book. It's a book that I'm going to have to read again. It's got so much information in it and is really fantastic. This book is just incredible. If you have any inclination whatsoever of learning about the Amazons, I highly suggest you choose this book. For my debut, I don't have a copy. I chose The Chai Factor by Farah Heron. That was another incredible book. The Amazons and The Chai Factor were the 2 best books that I read during this reading challenge. It was funny, it tackled big issues, it is a really wonderful book, and I highly recommend it to any romance readers. I combined reading a book with a non-human character and reading a book with a 5-word title because I ended up throwing out a couple of my TBR picks. The Amazons and The Chai Factor were on the list, as was On a Red Station Drifting. And On a Red Station Drifting by Aliette de Bodard was also an amazing little novella. I enjoyed it a lot, and I will be seeking out other books by her. For the movie adaptation, I chose Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. And because I already knew the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde myth, I find that any shock factor or plot twists are just completely lost on me. And in Victorian England, that wouldn't have been a problem. It would have actually been really interesting to learn that, hey, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are the same person. I paired it with a vlog that was called The Strange Case, which followed it, sort of. It was a twist on it. The book I read in the same spot was Lysistrata by Aristophanes, which was a very weird little Greek play. And my 7th book was just a random volume of poetry, W.B. Yeats. Some of these poems I actually liked. I have a couple of the ones that I liked dog-eared here, but these were the only ones that I liked. So largely I did not enjoy this collection. So that was my reading rush. I enjoyed it immensely. I can't wait to do it again next year. I definitely have to plan my novels a little better. I feel like having that graphic novel in there was a really good idea on the Sunday, and I want to definitely plan one in for midweek next time too, so maybe 2 graphic novels and a couple novellas. But I'm glad I did it. It is over. I can sleep. Whew. Oh, look, some tea. So what does this mean for me now? Well, I'm not going to be posting booktube videos every day anymore, I can tell you that. I very much enjoyed the prompts and I was reading a lot, so I liked to talk about what I was reading, but on a usual week, I will read 1 or 2 books. I will not read 7. So I'll probably come back from time to time and tell you a little bit about the books that I'm reading. I definitely want to get a few videos up about my favorite books so far this year, and I've got like 20 of them, because I have read 75 books this year. So you can look forward to that. And the Hugos are coming up, and I am trying to read as many books that are nominated for a Hugo as possible before the winners are announced on August the 18th. So you can definitely look forward to a Hugo video in the future. Until then, happy reading.